that is my speaker turning off. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a review before we really jump into the content of Chapter 8. I wanted to be sure that you guys have the opportunity to find the notes on Google Classroom, be able to look at these videos, be sure everything is running smoothly before we really jump into any new content. So hopefully you guys were able to see the notes that I posted on Google Classroom for day 1 remote learning, some review. And so we're going to go through those notes. Give me 1 second. Why isn't this working? There we go. Okay, so looking at the review, it's just a few things that we wanted to review with you guys. So how to solve when using a logarithm and when to solve when using a root. So we solve using a logarithm if x is in the exponent. And so we see this in examples like 1, 3, 4, and 6. And so I'll go through again a little bit of a refresher of how we do this in our calculator, and then when to solve when using a root, when x is the base raised to a power. So that would be like examples 2 and 5. And so as a refresher, for example 1, we first want to switch this exponential equation into a logarithm. And so again, the base of this exponential is 9, so that's still going to be the base of our exponent, or of our logarithm. So this is going to be log base 9 of 49 equals x. And then as a reminder of how we do this on our calculator, so with this, if you have log base 9 of 49, you can go to math and then scroll up to the log base and then do base 9 of 49. And so that would be our answer. Another way that you can do this, if you do not have that option of doing a log base, is you would do log of 49 divided by log of 9, and you get the same answer. So going back, so then this would be 1.77. And so then if we were looking at example 2, we would want to take the 4th root. And so the way that that looks is we would write this as x equals the 4th root of 30. And so again, going back to our calculator, the way that we get this is by going to math, and then you want to choose that fifth option where it has x and then it looks like the square root sign. And so then that lets us put a different number for our radical. So this would be the fourth root of 30. And again, if you have an older calculator, you just have to type the 4 before you hit math. And so then this would be 2.34 as our answer. And so then doing these other ones a little bit quicker. Hopefully my screen cooperates. So then we first want to switch this into from exponential to a logarithm, and so this would be log base 16 of 67 equals x. And so then we would go to our calculator and type this in. So log 16 divided by, log 67 divided by log 16. And so this would be 1.51652222 and so on. So I'm going to round this to 1.52. And so then there's something that we have to do before we can switch this into a logarithm for number 4. And so we first need to divide by 5. So we divide by 5. So then we get 18 to the x power equals 10. And now we can switch it into a logarithm. So this would be log base 18 of 10 equals x. So again, we type that into our calculator using the log base. And so it would be base 18 of 10. And so we get that this is 0.7966397702. So I'm just going to round that to 0.797 just because I don't want to round the 9. But if you rounded to just 2 decimal places, that would technically round to 0.80. And so I have to do something similar for example 5. So we first want to get the x cubed by itself, so we're going to divide by 2. If my pen will work. So we divide by 2. And so then we get x cubed equals 40. And so then x would equal the cubed root of 40. And so again, your calculator has this function just in math, so you don't even have to choose the fifth option. You can just choose the third option, the fourth option, the cubed root. And so you would just do the cubed root of 40. And so then this would be 3.42. And then lastly, we have a little bit more complicated option where we have to switch it. We have to first get the exponential by itself, then switch it into logarithms, and then we have one more step. So let's look at this one. The first thing we want to do is try to get this 9 x to the 10th by itself, or 9 to the x plus 10 by itself. So we first want to subtract 3. So then we have 9 to the x plus 10 equals 78. Now we want to switch it from exponential to logarithmic. And so even though our exponent is x plus 10, that still is an exponent. So we would do log base 9 of 78 equals x plus 10. And so I'm going to take log base 9 of 78 in my calculator using log base. And so then I get that this is 1.98. So then I have 1.98 equals x plus 10. So then I subtract 10 from both sides. So then I get negative 9.02 equals x. And so that would be my answer. So please be sure to look at the homework that is already posted on Google Classroom. It's just a few problems similar to this. And then this is now a YouTube channel, so please be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. I will try to be as math nerdy as possible while still keeping it, you know, kind of fun-ish, maybe. We'll see. And so our next lesson, we're going to start talking about polynomials in chapter 8. And so it's a really fun chapter. We get to talk about graphs bouncing and wiggling and talking about the zeros and how to come up with all different kinds of equations. So it'll be lots of fun. So I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Have a good day.